Well, in order to create your own reality and going beyond the beyond, going beyond the hologram, the matrix, the hologram is nothing else but limitations after limitations after limitations in thought patterns and etc. etc. So going and creating your own life just the way you like it, you have to be able to be your true self. But to be able to be your true self, you have to get to know who the true self is. Most people do not even know, some of them don't even meet their true self during their whole life and for countless lives. Because this is the whole thing, the enlightenment thing and the ascension is all about. It's really getting home, back to your original blueprint, to the soul that you are, not the acts, the pretenses, the lies that you keep telling yourself, or you actually even believe it because it was the lie of your parents and the lie of your mother or father, your sister, your brother, or whoever, the teacher, or who the fuck knows, all in this shit. So in order to really arrive back home, to home, meaning soul, and not your little limited thought processes and all the fear, and all that stuff. Until you fear, you're not your real self. That's it. If there is any fear in you, you are not real. There are underlying crap. So you have to bring them up, discover them. That's the dark night of the soul. You have to deal with all the anger, all the fear, all the bullshit, okay? And anger is better than fear because it's above fear. But you have to dare to feel the anger in order to dissolve it. So if you want to create a life, the life of your dreams, infinite, limitless, magical. So if you want to really enter your kingdom, your own wonderland, and really live the rest of your life that way, you have to ignore everybody else's reality. This is what you do. I'm not saying you have to believe mine because mine is just beyond the beyond. But I'm going to talk about those things, once in a while. Short videos, long videos, whatever, whatever just comes up. It's going to be raw, uncensored, no script whatsoever, just natural and real. This is the whole point, to be real. And when you are real, you are reeling in what's yours. And it will not depend on anybody. There's a lot of stupid spiritual bullshit that they created because limited people create limited bullshits, right? So what can a limited person teach you? Only limitation. A limited self can only teach you limitations, nothing else. Of course, nobody can teach you. You don't need to listen to anybody's bullshit, right? You don't even have to listen to mine. The main thing is, my point is to find yourself, to really understand yourself. That's why, they always said, even in ancient Egypt, getting to know yourself is finding the truth of your soul and the source of your happiness, basically. But it's not a 2-day process, okay? So please, they just make me laugh and actually vomit when I hear, oh, we're going to make you a life coach and we're going to teach you how to be enlightened and all that stuff in a weekend or in whatever. Please, it's just, don't give me headaches. But, I don't care because it's just full stupidity. But, you know what? Let them be stupid, because through stupidity and through really not knowing, they will find a better knowing. So when you know better, you do better, right? So this is what it is. And so the whole point is to get to know yourself. And the whole point is to really, really know what you really, really want. And nothing wrong nothing is wrong with wanting. There is a lot of bullshit again with the wanting. Oh no, you should not want anything. Well, that's traditional bullshit, right? I mean, just look at the Buddhists. They thought they have to separate themselves, something desirable and something undesirable, and then they thought that that's the way. I've been a Buddhist before. I've seen my past lives. I was teaching. I was a Rinpoche. Yeah. We took it as far as we could, but that was not the top of consciousness, okay? And there is always beyond the beyond, okay? So it's just limitation, and you're stripping yourself of all the limitations, which is actually a lie, because it's not true. It's not there, like, for example, the only thing there is constant evolution. It's constant change and constant evolution. And anything that was religion eventually created dogma out of it, which became their own prison. So that is like bullshit. So traditional spirituality and religion is all just fucked up limitations after one another, okay? So you have to really dig yourself out and free your mind more and more out of those fucked up thought patterns, whatever you picked up on the way, right? What you did bring from past lives, what you did not overcome, did not really uncover, did not understand, and really come to higher and higher truths, okay? Of course, it's not proper in English, but this is what it is. So you're gonna, through the lies, you are going to arrive to more and more of your truth. And basically, at the end, you're going to integrate your so-called God self, self-God, self-liberated God self, whatever, higher self, oversoul, bullshit, all those words. You're going to integrate it in your body. Basically, all that light of wisdom will become yours, and you are going to come back to whole balance, wholeness, oneness within. You and your God will be one. It is one. It always had been one. But you believed that it was something out there, or whatever. Because all this is really, it's just a complete separation. Or let's say Buddhists thought they have to keep back from, let's say, the body is, they have to ignore the body and they have to go into full mind, and then, they're all gonna whatever. So this is not true either, because you only needed to know and learn discernment and discrimination. Whether you like the word or not, you have to be able to discriminate energies which are going to be more dense eventually, because yours will become lighter and lighter as you go higher up on the level of consciousness. And then you're going to meet people with denser energies. It doesn't mean that they are bad people, but it means that until you're solidifying and integrating that of your God self, and the final metamorphosis in that, meaning bringing that all, finally you will be in your body with full and infinite consciousness. That's what it means. So until you're solidifying and integrating that, those people could harm you in a way, their energy. It's not that they want to harm you, okay? Some might not, because of past stuff, who knows? But anyway, that is none of your business. What you need to know is your sensations, your ESP, your multidimensional self, will sense more on the multidimensional level. This is what's going to be. You are going to be able to sense. That's intuition. It is clairvoyant. It's clairaudience. It's clairsentient, because you will sense more and more of that energy. This is who I am. However, I also hear stuff, and in my dream, I have my guidance, like everybody else has guidance. However, if they're not connected to themselves, their guidance is not as, how can I say, expanded like mine. And so basically it's going to be more and more expanded. And so you can create anything in this life. You can, but the first thing you have to do is you have to get to yourself first, to all of your magical power, which lies beyond all the bullshit. Okay? It's you have to take out the crap, empty your cup from all the bullshit, and then when that cup is empty, you create this incredible vortex without any fear. Nobody can do anything ever again to you. And of course, you have to get rid of the belief that anybody could take your power away. So basically, you have to release all that shit too, that anybody could interfere with your power or creating your life. Because whatever you want is here. It's done. But you have to get rid of the old limitations of those thoughts, those patterns that keep coming back to you. You have to clear all that shit. Actually rewrite and recalibrate the hard drive. This is what's going to happen. So when you get to know yourself, this is where you're coming, right? So getting home to yourself is really, you're gonna embody that God that you are, actually. And the God that you are is immortal. So then we're going into full health, full vitality. It's like that's it. Your whole body, the higher you are on the level of your consciousness, the less you will ever know health problems or dis-ease, because you are at ease. You cannot have a disease when you are at ease. And this is exactly what's the point. And so a lot of people, for example, sometimes I smile because they say, okay, well, I'm going to go and let's say I'm going to do a plastic surgery. I said, okay, why? Obviously, you're not satisfied with yourself. Then they start bullshitting me and they say, oh yeah, but I am. I just want it different and whatever. But this is their underlying insecurities, and they just don't like themselves the way they are. Not in body or mainly because they are still in the main focus is on their body. But you can do all that with the evolution of your consciousness. You can stay on Earth as long as you want. You can recalibrate your DNA. You can activate the immortal genes. And you can exit this life when you want to exit this life. When you get bored, I don't know, maybe whatever. Because you can continuously renew your cells. And if you know that you can, this is what you can do. But of course, if you believe something else, or if you believe the beliefs of other people, for example, your mother or your father or whoever, or the neighbor who's saying something else, you have to know that whatever they're saying is a lie, okay? And I'm not saying that it's like knowingly they're lying. They have no fucking idea about who they are. They have no fucking idea about their limitations in thoughts and thought patterns and belief systems. They don't even have knowledge about belief systems. They don't even know. If you mention this word to them, they will say, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay? However, as we grow, the collective grows. Whatever I put into my own the evolution and focusing on my own evolution of my own consciousness and investing in that and growing, actually I'm lifting the collective. So when I lift myself in consciousness, I'm lifting the collective. So this is how it works. Actually, the funny thing is that people believe that you have to actually be active or doing stuff. It's all about, they're always busy with this doing stuff. That they have to do certain things, even things that they don't like. No, you don't never have to do anything that you don't want to do. This is another one. But let's say they think they have to do it. No, you don't. Because if you don't feel like doing it, if that is not of your highest joy, please, for fuck's sake, don't do it. Whatever it is. Because every time you do something which is against your own best feeling in every now moment, is you are living a lie. That's when you do something. This is when you are contradicting your soul's truth by wanting to do according to your little fucked up brain, that, little fucked up thought that maybe your parents said, oh, because if you're not doing it, you're lazy. And who the fuck gives a shit? Oh, so somebody tells me I'm lazy because you don't know anything else, how it's done, but you want me to believe your truth in order not to be be judged, me being lazy. Who gives a shit? Yeah, think whatever you want. I don't give a shit. I'm working energetically. You have no idea what I'm doing, so-called doing. For you, it seems like I'm not doing anything. I'm just being me, fully, loving what I do. And I know that is enough. I am enough. And you don't have to do anything. It's your being, is your energy. It's the I exist. It's the original passion of the soul. And I don't have to do anything in order to receive. Now, this is a thought that will fucking spin their heads 360 degrees. It's like the exorcism, It's like when you say this, it's like, what? So, of course, not everybody will understand this. Most of them won't understand this, what I'm saying. Because, even in Hungarian, they have this saying, okay, what? So you're expecting life to give it to you and hand it to you just by doing nothing. And I said, yes, because I exist. And just me being and vibrating in this frequency of beingness, in thinking, in being, in energetically. That's my energetic signature. This is my God Star Alliance freaking signature. It's like the signature of my God self, galactic self, whatever, who gives a shit, right? This is me. This is the frequency. I am frequency. And when I'm one with that frequency of thought, in being, in doing, meaning the doing might not be a doing, according to those little lower dimensional thinking patterns, small humans, consciousness, whatever. But when I am one with my highest signature of my soul, knowing that that is it, and I nailed it, because this is what was my highest soul's truth, the truth of my soul. And me as a form, I am one with that energetic signature, merging within myself with that. And I am one in thought, in beingness, in doingness, in form, in feelings, whatever, and all that becomes one. I'm completely aligned with my soul's truth. And me being completely aligned with my soul's truth, I have the highest creating magical power, which I harnessed right then, right here, right now. So this is what I would say, probably representing right now in words, okay? However, I do not even have to say this to anyone, but to myself, realize this in me. Maybe I wrote it down, maybe I say it, maybe this is a self-auditing tape or recordings. And even if I don't say it, but I know it and align with this truth and I become that one, finally, I have that energy which draws to me everything I ever dreamed of for my stuff, which I anchored down here in this time and space, into this time and space, to the whole collective. I only needed to start resonating and vibrating with this alignment in order to give this into the whole, into the consciousness of humanity, into the collective, into group consciousness, into whatever. Even if I did not move a finger, even if I did not put up a video, even if I did not say this out loud, however, all words are vibration, and all words are vibrations, frequencies. It's a confirmation. It is like really forming it, putting it into the universe, into existence, into me, into you, into whatever. You know, it is a more, it's kind of like helping to solidify that energy into the collective. So it's not that it's necessary for me to do this or say this. It's not. However, it really helps to integrate it and make it full. It's kind of like embodying that energy. It's like vibrating that energy. It really just feels a power to it. And so whenever somebody will tune into this video or tune into these words, they will feel the energy of it, the power of it. These are keys and codes. So, you know, and when they will resonate and feel these, it's like this amazing energy, vibration, frequency. And what did Tesla say, right? Nikola Tesla, if you really want to know the truth and the secret of the universe, you have to start thinking in vibrations, frequency, and all that, right? Energy. Because this is exactly what it is. So actually, most of us who are here in this now, I mean, not most of us, but let's say just, you know, not as many, but not just, there are people like me on earth right now, but who are those that recognize this and they have the same so-called soul's mission. The more of us will come to this, really to this energy and to this frequency, and we can really align ourselves with this soul's truth that we are, because there are a group of people, soul groups, who have the same mission to anchor these energies, which is beyond the limitation of the hologram. It's beyond the limitation of the matrix, beyond all limitations of old thought patterns. Whatever that they thought earlier and whatever. So we're clearing that. We are clearing that big time. Big time. So this is what it is. Some of us will probably never come out of not hiding, but there is just no really whatever, unless that's our enjoyment, or maybe this is part of our journey, or it will be, you know, once you solidify that, you will have everything, that whatever, and then you might just say out of fun, you are going to do something. Maybe you're going to make a publishing company. I don't know, just for fun. And you're going to publish everything which was not allowed to be published before. And you're just going to have a fun freaking journey out of this, because you are going to be the one who will publish all those things that were hidden or not accepted by the general population or the general publishers or whatever, you know. And maybe you will be this Godhead publishing line, this something, you know. And so you will have that, because you will have exactly the access to all the money that you possibly can imagine, so you can have infinite financial background and support in order to publish whichever you feel like. Maybe you're gonna have many of those schools, maybe you're gonna have many of those bookstores. You will have your own publishing, you will have all your bookstores, maybe you will have, because you will be here to do something that has never been done before. And you can really be the highest representation of that alignment of unlimited wealth, infinite wealth. And so basically it's like you are going to be the next Saint Germain, right? It's like you can live as long as you want, you can do whatever you want, and you're gonna have this high frequency functioning in this new earth reality, and this new earth, this new breed of human. It's the new breed of the next generation, whatever. It's not that you have to do it, but since it was your dream along the side of first entering and accessing your unlimited wealth frequency, and then you do the rest, and not the other way around, okay? Because, I mean, it's the same thing as like, okay, you say, oh, you know, whatever, maybe Jim Carrey wanted to be an actor, right? So he did the actor, he made all that money, whatever, and then he was eventually started awakening, because it was not his full awakening, it was just, you know, going through certain stuff. He wanted to be famous, maybe because with fame you can also really become that, you know, influential force into new, and you can become this bridge because you are well known. And then now he's awakening to his fullness and knows that it's not what he needs. But some of us are doing it the other way. Maybe we are doing it the other way. We come into alignment first, and then we access the magical infinite wealth, which is sustainable wealth. And it's not based on that kind of effort, a physical effort or whatever, or burning out or whatever, do something else. You have many pathways to unlimited wealth. And this was your soul's plan to do it this way. So anything is possible, and everything is possible for you, which you know that it is possible. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. So anyway, it was rather, I don't even know how I began, but this was necessary to say so. So whatever it is, it took you into the land and frequency of wonderland and sustainable wealth frequency. And this is a very, very, very rich, infinite abundance. This is who we are originally. This is how far you can go, and you can go even further than that. But for right now, this is it. Thank you.